Happy Rugby721 day. Have a great day, Rugby. I know you're probably gonna have way too many videos to watch today, but this will be one that you don't have to watch today. I'm just saying. There's gonna be another out there. Sword cam. Getting good at that. All right, rugby. Oh, malt liquor. Drinking a 40 for Rugby. What an unusual character Rugby is. Why? Tell us a story, Uncle Earl. I will, but you better sit down. Ooh, some of you didn't sit down fast enough. Dwarf. Malt liquor. When did I first hear about Rugby? I was watching a guy's video, and I hadn't seen this guy before. He was kind of like introduced in the community. I didn't know by who. I suspect by Rugby. And this guy's like, well, I guess I'm going to drink a 40, and when I burp, I guess I'm going to say Rugby. I don't know why a guy would want me to say his name after my burp, but whatever. Here's the interesting thing about that whatever, is he did it. So do hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other people. I'd say it's safe to say that between 400 and 600 people have said Rugby after a burp. And I bet you anything, they do it in real life too. Maybe less than that. But I know I say Rugby when I burp. Rugby. What else about Rugby? Oh, then he contacted me, he left some comments, he's a very nice guy. Then there was lots of like mystery and drama surrounding Rugby. Who is he? Is he a real person? Is he Steel Worldwide, for instance? I frankly always believed in him, in who he said he was, because frankly I was amazed at how somebody who doesn't even make videos can, it's not an imposition, but kind of like impose their desire on a community, and that the community is the type that will like pick up a pattern, pick up a new ritual and accept it, and it'll spread. Like Rugby has added to the blueprint. Very few people have done that. Oh yeah. Man, I haven't drank a 40 all at once in a long time. I can already tell it's going to be a challenge. I feel like I'm dwarfing out. Alright, and then for me, when things really became great, because really things had settled down. The community says, we love Rugby, we love you, Rugby. The community says we accept Rugby. The community has introduced Rugby into the blueprint. We burp, we say Rugby. And then Rugby got into Facebook. A lot of us got into Facebook. And Facebook, in a little, like, unlike Uvu, was really kind of an enhancer for our community. You know, there's people that like, you're like, what's this guy all about? You know, like that. And then like you see him on Facebook, it's like, oh, he's a normal guy with a family and a good job, and he likes cars. I did not know that from his YouTube channel. Yeah, a regular guy. He likes to cook for his family, that kind of thing. And then I met Rugby on Facebook, and God bless him, he has a way that talking with you that just makes you feel important, makes you feel that you've helped him, changed his life, or improved his day. Every time I interact with him, it's a pleasure and a joy. And he's always like, oh, I don't want to take too much of your time. And I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like having the president come by and say like, hey, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I thought we'd go sit in your shed and drink some malt liquor. Oh, I gotta feed the doggy, huh? Alright, what else about Rugby? He also, I'll say it again, He has the kindest face. He's like an old ship's captain. You see him wearing that little cap with a small brim, that kind of white captain's hat, and everybody's doing something on the decks. You know, they're making everything ship shape, let's say, and they look up to see how Rugby's doing. Rugby's looking down at him, and he's thinking like, "Oh, that doesn't look ship shape." But you know, I'm not gonna say anything to anybody. But you know, back when I used to work the decks, we really took a lot of pride in what we did. But it'd all be in his expression, and everybody would turn to each other and say, "Let's do a better job for Rugby," and then just like, you know, get to work. And Rugby would go back in there and probably like have a sip of tea and think, there's some good guys down there. I'm proud to serve with them. You know, and actually there's a couple people in our community that kind of fight with Rugby, but they actually like Rugby. And there's a couple people that actually don't like Rugby. And I really gotta say, that's like not liking baby goats. That's like using Facebook and never using an emoticon. You know, it's like, there's something deeply wrong with you if you don't like Rugby. If you don't like Rugby, I say it's safe to say that one, I'm not gonna like you. And two, B, if I ever pick you up hitchhiking, I am not dropping you off where you say you want to go. I'm not necessarily saying it's going to be in the opposite direction, but it is going to be someplace, it's the worst place I could find. Like northeastern Pittsburgh. If northeastern Pittsburgh's still as bad as it was when I traveled through it a long time ago, that's where I'll drop you. All right. Happy Rugby Day, Rugby. I'm not going to down a whole 40 anymore. Like, I've really slowed down. I'm getting older, Rugby. We're all getting older. Happy Rugby Day, my friend. I wonder how many times I said rugby in this one video. Rugby, 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 da 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 da. Rugby, 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 do 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 do.